A glowing screen declares, "You have a bright and shining future, but now, you are dead," he thinks. How could this be? Someone attacks him from behind with a terrible scream. He is left bleeding out on the cold, dark floor. He wonders, am I going to die just like this? Reaching out, he thinks, I am not willing to die. Suddenly, a new screen appears, world game loading. The story rewinds 3 hours, his eyes snap open. He rubs his eyes, wondering if he is just hallucinating. A woman with red hair asks, Mr. Su Mingen, are you alright? He brushes it off, blaming it on staying up too late. She offers him an invitation to a real-life game. He opens the envelope, looking completely stunned. Inside is a ridiculous invite for a global competition. He immediately says, not interested, but she insists. As he leaves, she asks if he knows what he is choosing. She smirks, believing he will be back very soon. He thinks it was a complete and total waste of time. Decides to go to Shen Zhu's birthday party early. But then the world game loading screen appears again. He wonders if the strange sound is just in his head. A news report plays in his taxi about a dual heart surgery. He questions why such a dangerous topic is on the news. This could cause huge problems for society, he thinks. The taxi arrives and he pays the driver, distracted. At the door, his classmate Shenzhou greets him warmly. He is the first guest. He notices a strange, sweet smell. Shenzhou's cousin Liu Anna is busy in the kitchen. Shenzhou remembers the old rumors that she liked him. She sits next to him, asking about his future plans. He has no real plans, maybe just being a freelancer. He chose psychology for a simple, peaceful life. She laughs, calling him interesting, and shares her own dreams. Her simplest dream is just to go and see the sea, but she also wants to be a tailor and a journalist. She offers him some bread she baked herself. He takes a bite and praises it, thinking it is delicious. The bread is even better than what you buy in stores. Suddenly, his eyes widen. Something is terribly wrong. He collapses as Shenzhou holds him, whispering, sorry. He feels weak, realizing the bread was poisoned. She sprays something in his face, saying forever. Then she raises a knife to finish the job. A blue screen appears. World game has started. Load a save. He floats in a strange space, asking, am I dead? He remembers the knife and the strange game message. He can choose to load a save from the afternoon or evening. What? There really is a save file. He is in shock. He reaches out, hoping he can go back and change things. He's pulled through a swirling vortex of blue light. His expression is filled with worry as he returns. He's back on the sofa, realizing, I really came back. And this time there is even a mission prompt. The game tells him the goal is simply to stay alive. He must accept this new reality and use his save ability. Shenzhou smiles, asking if he is lost in thought. She offers him the poisoned bread again, just like before. He stands up, saying he needs to use the bathroom. He knows the bread is drugged and she has a spray. Then he notices something odd, a white coat hanging nearby. The name tag reads Liu Anna, a chief surgeon. Sniffing the coat, he gets another clue, formalin. Why would there be a corpse preservative in this house? He decides to check the bathroom for an escape route. The window is small, but he thinks he can squeeze through. He climbs onto the toilet, ready to make his escape. But he taps the wall and hears a hollow sound. He finds a hidden compartment with a scalpel inside. There is also a notice. Shenzhou has a terminal illness. He holds the document and everything starts to make sense. She sought out Liu Anna for a dangerous experimental surgery, and he was chosen to be the unlucky donor. He remembers smelling that strange fragrance in the living room. His eyes widen in horror as he realizes, not good. Liu Anna is at the door, saying he found out too soon. She tells Shenzhou to hurry up. They have a body to dispose of. Is he going to die again? Is there any chance left? Suddenly he is back outside watching a taxi drive by. He is disoriented but relieved. I am back, he thinks. The taxi driver asks if he still needs a ride. He gets a text from Shenzhou about the party tonight. He tells the driver, yes, I want to go home. Back in his room, he realizes he can avoid the trap. He confirms she only invited him. This game is real, he wonders. Since it is a game, is there a personal panel? A massive blue interface appears. There really is. It shows all his stats from strength to global ranking. His phone buzzes with a call from an unknown number. It is Shenzhou texting him over and over again. Then a final message, open the door, I am here. He looks through the peephole, his heart pounding. It is her, she says, open the door, Ming and Ji. He decides hiding is not an option. He is prepared this time. He opens the door and calmly tells her, come in. She smiles, but he is already setting his own trap. He offers her bread that he made himself. She thinks they are so in sync, preparing the same things, but then she realizes this is not what she likes. He looks down, asking her, so are not you going to eat? She smiles brightly, saying of course she will eat it. He just stares at her, making her feel embarrassed. He smirks, asking how she will get the spray under her skirt. She drops her cup in shock, spilling coffee everywhere. In a flash, he has a knife to her throat. Do not move. She begs him to stop, pretending she does not understand. Wait, why is she feeling weak? Was it the coffee? She insists she came alone, but he knows better. He tells her there is no birthday party. He investigated. She changes the subject, confessing, I like you. That is not an answer. He stabs her without hesitation. The system confirms he has killed Shenzhou. So cold, he walks to the door, calling out for her cousin. He crouches by the door, whispering, finally you came. Liu Anna knocks, calling for Shenzhou, completely unaware. He opens the door and sprays her right in the face. She looks dazed, asking, why is it you? Before falling, he catches her, pulling her into a close embrace. She asks him if he is going to hurt her too. He stabs her in the back, saying, you are overthinking. She collapses. He calls the whole thing a meaningless farce. Congratulations on perfect clearance. Is it finally over? He achieved the true ending, the vanishing. He looks up, confused, wondering, what is this again? He is suddenly in a huge arena with thousands of people. A rabbit mascot, Boss Bunny, introduces itself as the GM. 3 hours have passed. The beginner dungeons are over. Boss Bunny welcomes the 1 billion players from Earth. Time on Earth is frozen. In this game you can really die. He wonders if this is an alien prank or a god's game. The old are made young and the disabled are healed. Players will enter other worlds and compete for points. If you die, you can return to a god-level space. There you can watch others play like a spectator. You can even live stream, write guides, or just have fun. But time on Earth will stay frozen until the game ends. And if total player points are too low, everyone gets erased. The crowd erupts in a mix of fear, confusion, and excitement. Boss Bunny explains the first level has no special tools, only one player got an SS level rank. It is him. He realizes he is the first person, isolated by a black light. The creepy bunny tells him to give an acceptance speech. He grabs the mic, his voice altered to hide his identity. Since escape is impossible, they have no choice but to fight. His speech earns him achievement and honor points. The bunny praises his speech and ends the welcome ceremony. Everyone is about to enter the first official world. It is called the Apocalypse World. Let the games begin. The world is copied 50,000 times for all the players. He checks his stats. His combat power is a measly 68. He spawns in a prison cell. Welcome to the Apocalypse World. Another player panics, shouting about being locked up. The others complain. They have no idea what is going on. There are 6 of them in total. Is this a team game? He gets a special offer for advanced skills due to his SS rank. He can learn Clone for 120 points. It looks powerful, but his base strength is too weak. He needs more power. He buys the Annihilation skill for 80 points instead. His combat power shoots up to 188, a huge improvement. A man in a suit yells at everyone for being so quiet. A guy with glasses thinks he is the strongest with 86 power. The glasses guy tries to take charge and become the leader. Another guy immediately calls him the military strategist. They yell at Su Mingin for wandering off on his own, but Su Mingin is already using his annihilation skill on the lock. The padlock simply melts away under the blue energy. He calmly walks out of the cell, leaving them behind. The other players are stunned. How did he get out? He walks alone down a long, dark hallway. The main task: survive for 5 days until the apocalypse. The glasses guy notes his backpack can store items. Suddenly, he is startled by a movement in the dark. A woman pins him to the ground with a knife to his throat. He tells her to just kill him if she's going to do it. Her hesitation gives him an opening. They are at a standstill. They both stop to watch a television screen on the wall. A news report discusses a new vaccine from mushroom extracts. She asks how long he's going to watch TV. He tells her to wait. The news report continues, flickering in and out. He wonders if she is the only one who followed him. He hands her a flashlight, not afraid to give her a weapon. He searches a dark lab, finding a test tube with liquid. The suspicious liquid needs a special skill to be identified. He logs the clue. There must be more clues to find. She asks if he has found anything useful yet. She has not. Suddenly, she trips over something on the floor. He asks if she is ready to see what she tripped on. She stands up, telling him his flirting is awkward. Then her eyes widen in terror at what she sees. It is a body on the floor, completely covered in mushrooms. This must be related to the apocalypse. Has it started? He shines his light on the body and a red handprint. He crouches down to investigate, telling her to close her eyes. He smiles, saying he is afraid she will see something scarier. Then he turns off the flashlight, plunging them into darkness. She asks what he did. The room is completely black. A child's laugh echoes through the silent room. A ghostly child appears, asking if she likes picking mushrooms. He reaches out and flips a switch on the wall. The lights turn on and the ghost is gone. He tells her the light switch was the exit. She can go now. The woman Yu Ryuach opens the door, relieved to leave. She requests to add him as a friend before she goes. She looks back, asking, "Wait, what about you?" He says he needs to investigate more. They say goodbye. A screen shows the current player count is over 1 billion. He kneels down to investigate the mushroom-covered body. He successfully discovers more clues about the body. Clue 1, the body has strange black-colored blood. Clue 3, the mushrooms growing from it look delicious. Clue 6, there is a strange crimson mark on the wrist. He's getting closer to the truth, earning exploration points. The main task is to survive 15 days. He needs supplies. The player count has already dropped by 50 million. He sits on a park bench. The city seems normal for now. Mushroom food is extremely cheap, which is very suspicious. Players have no money and the game store does not sell food, and players cannot get jobs, so they cannot earn money. He gets a video call. Is the game forcing them to rob people? It is Yu Ryuach. She demands to know his plan for food. She mocks him for eating bread and sleeping in a park. He jokes, "You think too highly of me, I am just a student." She warns him that looters are targeting lone players. He smiles, saying he has no money to move anyway. She offers to send him money, but he has a better idea. He thinks, "Haha, I have already thought of a way to earn money." Just then, a looter attacks him from behind. Perfect timing. Yu Ryuach's hologram yells, "Be careful." He takes a critical hit, losing 300 HP in one strike. He wakes up in a dark room. The looters are surprised. The boss tells his underling A Wang to take him away. He cooperates, planning to loot them clean later. The boss is surprised by how calm he is. The others keep drinking, not worried about their new captive. He gets a new mission: escape this place. A Wang sizes him up, thinking he hates guys like him. Su Mingin plays the victim, pretending to be a hunter. He lies about being abandoned by his team, earning sympathy. A Wang unlocks a large gate, leading him inside. He sees the other prey the team has captured. He says the game is unfair for people who rely on brute force. A Wang holds him by the shoulder, angry and frustrated. He is worried about his parents, taking his fear out on others. Su Mingin points out the people he is torturing are parents too. A Wang cries, saying he does not want to hurt anyone. Su Mingyan smiles, dismissing their talk as unimportant. He presses two fingers to A Wang's head, glowing with blue light. The light pierces his head, a fatal wound, minus 500 HP. He gets no experience for killing another player, but he loots a watch strap that he can sell for points. His combat power increases by 5 after the battle. The other captives beg him to let them out. He tells them they are free but must survive on their own. He is not here to save them, only to loot supplies. A mother and her child watch him, terrified by his ruthlessness. He seems so young, yet he is incredibly dangerous. The man with them scoffs at those who expect to be saved. Su Mingyan confronts the rest of the looters. He tells them he is disappointed by how few supplies they have. One of the men, drunk and angry, charges at him. The boss asks if he killed Wang, calling him a loser. The boss pulls out a handgun, unimpressed by his skills. He shoots him right in the chest, mocking him. A notification appears, Clone 1v1. It was not him. The boss is confused. You are not dead yet. His expression is pure shock. What? Su Mingyan appears, telling him, Sir, the times have changed. He makes his clone self-destruct in a fiery explosion. The mental blow from a clone's death is intense. The remaining looters beg for their lives, offering their points. He knows their trades are just a trick to get him close. They plan to knock him out as soon as he approaches. He just smiles and says, Forget it, I am done talking. Goodbye, he says as another clone appears. He unleashes his Annihilate skill, trapping them. The two men look on in terror as blue energy surges. He loots their shoddy armor and a lucky bracelet. He also gets an unrusted iron rod, a decent weapon. The 4-leaf clover bracelet gives a tiny luck bonus. Most importantly, he finds a map of the central hospital. Finally, got something useful. His combat power is now 201. The last looter throws a table at him in desperation. Su Mingyan fakes a retreat, laughing at his own smarts, but he stops. A red butterfly floats over the survivor. A young man with a mantis on his shoulder appears. A red energy slash hits the survivor, fatal injury. He killed him instantly. Another powerful player is here. This guy has an insect control ability. Is he in danger? The young man summons a green mantis on his hand. Su Mingyan asks him, Do you want to kill me? The young man just looks at him with a serious expression. Want to team up? No, then goodbye. He completed the mission, getting an SS evaluation and 50 points. He equips his new gear, ready for the next phase. He wonders who that powerful insect user was. His expression is thoughtful as he walks the dark streets. Suddenly, a girl with cat ears appears. Enemy, he asks. She waves, smiling. Su Mingyan, it is me. It is his classmate, Yoyu. How did she find him? She says with a grin, my luck is S tilde. She asks to join his team. He agrees. She's very smart. He checks her stats. Her combat power is only 60. He asks if she has found any clues. She shows him a recruitment ad she found on a pole. It is for a hospital caregiver job, but only for outsiders. He immediately recognizes it as a trap, a breaking point. He is impressed. She is as sharp as he remembered. She agrees and offers to share her clues as well. He tells her everything he has experienced so far. She is shocked to hear about mushrooms growing on a corpse. Then he realizes she is eating a monkey head mushroom cookie. He snatches the bag away from her. He warns her that anyone who eats mushroom food turns into a corpse. She immediately tells him to kill her before she mutates. She leads him to a place she found for them to stay. They arrive at a modern building in the suburbs. What are you doing? Come inside, she says. A strange black smoke rises from an object inside. An old man with a mustache greets them with a candle. He offers them some treasured wine, but Su Mingyan declines. Yu tells him to ignore the old man and head upstairs. The old man gives them a very suspicious look. A new group of players arrives looking for a place to stay. The old man offers them his special homemade wine. He seems friendly, saying he is happy to see young people. But the players just plan on robbing the old man. After drinking the wine, they all start feeling dizzy. They collapse to the floor. The wine was poisoned. The player count has dropped by another 30 million. Yu thinks the cheap mushrooms are part of a conspiracy. She suddenly smells blood and gets a bad feeling. Are the vaccine mushrooms really growing from corpses? He explains the whole trap. Outsiders are lured in to be hosts. She realizes human greed is the real killer here. She is surprised he can sleep so soundly at a time like this. The old shop owner appears at their door offering snacks. Her eyes widen. The smell of blood is coming from him. She wonders where Su Mingyan went. He was just here. The old man peeks in, holding a bowl of mushrooms. He starts to open the door and she jumps back in shock. A bright beam of light hits the old man in the head. Su Mingyan appears, killing him instantly. Fatal injury. He has discovered the truth behind the mushrooms. He completed the task, earning points for the discovery. The game tells him to keep exploring for more secrets. Yu asks if these mushrooms are really for the vaccine. He asks her why she is wrapped up in a blanket. I am changing rooms. I cannot sleep with a dead body. She tells him good night, feeling safe with him around. They decide to check the hospital for more clues. They apply for the caregiver job. A bald man greets them. He introduces them to his daughter, a little girl in bandages. The girl scratches at a surface, humming a creepy tune. The man gives them instructions on how to care for her. The girl gives them a wide, eerie grin from the shadows. He recognizes the tune. He heard it in the lab. The bald man leaves his daughter in their hands. Yu volunteers to take care of the child for the day. She reaches out to change the girl's bandages. Underneath, he sees black spots, just like the mushroom victims. He suggests they check the hospital archives for more info. Yu asks how he found the archives. He was with her. He reveals his clone skill, creating a duplicate of himself. She is shocked. Duplication. It is a high-level skill. She realizes he must be the first player from the speech. She mentions her own skill, mental manipulation. He tells her they can stay at the now empty shop. She realizes he is far more special than she thought. We see a flashback of a little girl being cornered. A man looms over her trying to lure her away. She begs to go home, but he will not let her. Yu wakes up from the nightmare, shouting no. She clutches her head, realizing it was that dream again. It was not just a dream, it really happened to her. She was sent to a detention center after defending herself. That is when she realized she could see the future in her dreams, but there is one person she has never been able to see. Su Mingyan has never, ever appeared in her dreams. She goes to his room, he greets her. Good morning. He asks why she is in his room. She says she had a bad dream. He looks unimpressed. Is your dream important? He asks. She smiles sweetly and says, no, not important. He tells her they are going to the archives today. It is the 5th day. The end of the world is about to begin. In the hospital hallway, a shadowy trail spreads toward them. A huge gray-skinned zombie lunges at Su Mingyan. He strikes its weak spot, dealing 350 damage. Another one appears, roaring as it charges forward. Yu deflects its attack with her sword, dealing 600 damage. She stands in the middle of a horde ready for a fight. All her power is in her legendary sword. She taunts them. Her sword glows with a powerful, swirling light. She swings it, cutting down multiple zombies at once. Her weapon, Snow of Hain, has a dark suppression attribute. Her combat power fluctuates. She tells him she will clear the way. 10 minutes later, she asks if he has found anything. He holds up a file, Duju's file. Another clue, the file says Duju died from domestic violence a year ago. They are shocked. The girl they are caring for is already. A voice calls out to them. Big brother, big sister. The ghost of Duju appears, inviting them to play a game. The player count has dropped dramatically since the start. Duju sings her creepy nursery rhyme again. Su Mingyan is completely shocked by what is happening. Other players are slumped on the floor, unconscious. They were all drawn here by Duju singing. The unconscious players start eating mushrooms from their hands. Duju sits on a bookshelf finishing her song. The players wake up, but they are not themselves anymore. Their eyes glow and veins pop on their faces. They are turning. Go, Su Mingyan yells, not waiting for them to transform. He knows this ghost girl is too strong for them to fight. The corridor is suddenly filled with zombies. They are trapped. Yu points to a dark doorway. Su Mingyan over here. They run inside, quickly closing the door behind them. The zombies pound on the door, trying to break through. They are in a laboratory. 2 figures are standing in the back. What are those 2 zombies doing over there? He tells Yu. I will go left, you go right. He swings his weapon, ready to take them down. He realizes the zombies look familiar. It is the director and his wife. They find Duju's real body, a mushroom growing from her chest. The ghost of Duju phases through the wall, humming happily. She smiles, telling them they have done a great job. She says the bodies of her parents are here too. Her father used dead people to cultivate mushrooms for a failed vaccine. He beat her and forced her to eat the bad-tasting mushrooms. Everyone else ate the good ones, but she got the bad ones. Her parents killed her, and now her story is over. She asks them if they know who the mushroom picker really is. This is the final truth, the intelligence root. Yu suddenly feels unwell, her body trembling. He realizes she ate the mushroom biscuits. She is infected. He grabs her arm, telling her to come closer. Dark marks are appearing on her skin. She says she is fine. Duju appears, saying he can save her if he gives the right answer. He guesses, you are the little girl picking mushrooms. Laughs, congratulating him for getting it right. Then her eyes glow red. You guessed wrong. She makes Yu's head explode in a burst of dark energy. The boss battle begins. His victory rate is 0%. The player count continues to drop rapidly. He holds a skeleton, singing Duju's nursery rhyme. Duju teases him. Ah, big brother, you guessed wrong, tilde. He remains calm, not giving her the angry reaction she wants. He says he will not take his anger out on the victim's remains. He admits defeat, realizing he rushed and missed key info. He tries a new guess. The mushroom picker was her father. The girl's eyes glow with swirling orange light. She asks him, why? And he explains his reasoning. A normal player would have taken a much longer path. They would have found clues about Duju after the apocalypse. Then they would have fought through zombies to reach the hospital. But his path was too simple. The job was a shortcut. They finished in 5 days what should have taken 15. The girl smiles. You are right, she says, but he's still lost. He is trapped here for the next 10 days. She asks if he has accepted his fate to die here. She promises to plant mushrooms in his and Yu's bodies. He closes his eyes, telling her to do whatever she wants. Then he calls out to the game's host. Boss Bunny, the glitchy rabbit, appears, calling him its lovely first player. It finds the human struggle for survival intoxicating. He realizes his death rollback skill is unique to him. He stares at the rabbit, not giving it a response. The rabbit taunts him, asking if he will beg for his teammate back. He calmly says, I want to ask you a question. The rabbit says it cannot give him the final answer. He asks what he must do to make it let go of Jai Star. He says he understands the game now. It is designed for risk. Most people are just spectators while a few fight for their lives. He tells the rabbit that this distorted game is not a good game. Are you saying our game is bad? The rabbit growls. He says he likes it, but it has a balance problem. He does not want such a perfect game to have a flaw. He challenges the rabbit to admit the system's flaws. The rabbit insists. Our game has no flaws. He has baited it. Now he asks about special rewards. Does the final winner get the power to save Jai Star? Abbott confirms this if they achieve perfection. A 100% SSS perfect clear in every world. Exactly, he smirks, asking if that includes letting Jai Star go. He stands before the glitchy rabbit, waiting for an answer. The rabbit wonders why this human is so different. He presses the question, his eyes filled with intensity. The rabbit confirms it, calling him the most special player. He smiles. He has the answer he needed. He knows the organizers could just repeat the game. He has to force a way to save Jai Star before he dies. The rabbit warns him of some regrettable news. You have failed, you will never become the sole winner. He looks at it calmly. That is true for now. The rabbit is shocked. For now. He pierces his own chest with his sword. He only needed the answer. His death rollback makes him a piece beyond their control. I will succeed in the next round, he declares as he dies. A clock spins backward. Time restart. He wakes up suddenly in his bed at the Shady Inn. It is day one of the apocalypse outbreak. He is back. Yoyu is standing in his room, alive and well. She explains she came in because she had a bad dream. He pats her head, comforting her. It is okay, you are fine. He tells her they are skipping the archives this time. He spends the day leveling up, killing zombies for experience. He reaches stage 1, level 2, increasing his combat power. In the streets, a girl screams for help. A zombie is about to attack her. Yu asks if he's going to save her. He says no. He says it is meaningless. She lacks the courage to fight. He cuts her off before she can argue. He says that apart from a few people, everyone else is meaningless. She blushes, asking if she is one of those specific people. He tells her they are going to another hospital. Suddenly, a hand grabs his wrist. A man with a ponytail is glad to have found them. He leads them into a supermarket, saying it is safe. Inside, other frightened survivors are hiding. The shop owner mistook them for ordinary people. A zombie lunges at him from the shadows. He kills it instantly. A woman screams in terror. He tells the group it was a misunderstanding and leaves. Yu stands in the store watching him. He wonders if she found something valuable in here last time. A woman with short hair introduces herself as Chi Shuang. She reaches out to him, looking nervous. She was just out buying soy sauce when the apocalypse hit. The shop owner tells everyone to stay put and wait for help. He tells Su Mingin it is better to stay safe for now. They are given separate storage rooms to sleep in. Hordes of zombies roam the desolate city streets. He needs to find clues, so he prepares to send out a clone. With glowing white eyes, he releases his clone to scout. He hears a loud knocking at his door. It is Chi Shuang offering him some noodles. He declines. She insists, taking his hand and saying they are in this together. She leads him to where the other survivors are eating. Yu watches them approach, holding hands with an intense stare. He explains that high-calorie food might restore a stamina stat. Chi Shuang hands him a bowl of hot noodles. As he eats, Yu glares at him, munching on chips. A notification confirms his stamina has been restored. He is confused. Why has not Yu mutated yet this time? It must be because she has not entered the archive room. He grabs her wrist. Now you remember to care about me, she asks. She says it is okay if she dies. He tells her not to say that. He says death is frightening and he does not want her to face it. The shop owner offers them more food. Chi Shuang thanks him, calling him a good person. He suggests they grab some high-calorie food just in case. He stops in front of a shelf, spotting something interesting. A single, strange-looking bottle sits on the shelf. He looks at the shop owner, who smiles back at him. He secretly tucks the bottle into his pocket for later. The shop owner tells him to take whatever he likes. The player count has dropped by another 50 million. Later that night, he lies awake, thinking about the bottle. A knock at the door. Is it Chi Shuang again? He thinks he should know better than to disturb him. The door creaks open. Someone is coming in. It is Chi Shuang, holding a knife over him as he lies in bed. A close-up shows her hand gripping the kitchen knife. He asks if she is a player trying to kill him for a mission. She presses down with the knife, her strength enhanced by a skill. He demands to know her motive, giving her one last chance. He stands and confronts her, repeating his demand. He strikes her with a glowing attack, fatal wound. He loots a poppy dagger from her body. He got no experience. She was definitely a player. He retrieves the strange bottle he hid earlier. He sniffs it. It smells like disinfectant. He links the bottle to another clue he found before. He hears a strange tapping sound coming from nearby. It is coming from the auntie's room. He cautiously peers through a gap in the door. Inside, a gray-skinned woman is roaring. She is turned. The shop owner appears behind him, warning him not to look. They watch the zombified woman from the hallway. He pins her against the wall with his iron rod. Suddenly, a sword blade strikes the shop owner's head. It is Yu. She leaps into the room, saving him. She screams at him to watch out as he fights the zombie. He finishes the zombie with an annihilation attack, but he was bitten. He is infected with zombie poison. He pulls out the strange bottle he found. He drinks it, but the poison debuff remains. It did not work. He remembers the purple liquid from his last life. He tells Yu to amputate his arm to stop the poison. She questions if mushrooms are the real vaccine. He has her cut his arm off, suffering massive damage. The player count is now just over 400 million. A promotional panel interrupts the action. He uses a healing potion, but the bleeding damage cancels it out. The potions have a 1-minute cooldown. This is bad. After using several bottles, his HP is finally restored. He cannot hold his pipe anymore. He needs a new weapon. They discover the body of the suit-wearing man from before. Did he faint from fear? They are not sure. Su Mingyan examines the body, finding peculiar markings. He clearly was not bitten by a zombie. Something else killed him. He strikes the body and suddenly he understands. He tells Yu they are heading to the central hospital. He wants to confirm his theories. She agrees to go. He finds another clue on the body, a broken red fingernail. He also finds a mushroom with cracks on the cap. Are the different mushrooms related to the vaccine? Yu asks if he has seen the live streams of them playing. She tells him about a Hall of Fame forum post. The post analyzes the top players based on their skills. The number one ranked player is a rich heir named Annie. Yu tells him to check out the analysis. It also lists other top players like the insect user Lu Shu. He remembers Lu Shu, the guy with the blue butterfly. She tells him that he is ranked number 100 on the list. His entry describes him as a deceptive student with a black hole skill. His actual combat power is 230, much higher than they think. The audience thinks Annie is the first player. They'd never believe the truth. They prepare to set off for the hospital. He says the first world is actually really easy. Players could have just hidden in a supermarket for 10 days. Two monstrous zombies roar, baring their sharp teeth. He easily kills them, saying hiding prevents you from getting stronger. Yu agrees, striking down another zombie with a golden beam. They travel for a day and he levels up to Tier 1 Level 3. Yu tells him they are out of chocolate bars. He filled his entire backpack with snacks and now they are all gone. He tells her to go to a small supermarket ahead. They check the first floor but only find daily goods. A zombie roars at him from the shadows of the store. He drives his weapon into its head. Another player gone. On the second floor, a soldier tells them they are safe now. He introduces himself as Yang Changsu, a scavenger. Su Mingyan notices his arm is injured. It is an old wound. He realizes this man survived since the start with one arm. He introduces himself as an ordinary student. Yang Changsu invites them to a shelter at a kindergarten. He tells them to leave the fighting to the soldiers. Yu points upward, asking if there is a third floor. The soldier says they could not find a way up. Suddenly, Su Mingyan's eyes widen with alarm. A mutated zombie lunges at the soldier from behind. The soldier swings his blade, thinking this is the end. He fights back but gets infected with zombie poison. He is determined to fight even though he is infected. Yu strikes the zombie down with a fatal blow. Two other soldiers arrive, calling out to Yang Changsu. They see the black substance on his arm. Zombie poison. It is too late to amputate. The infection is spreading. One soldier calls him their team's spiritual leader. He hands them a map telling them to return to the shelter. Another team member is already in quarantine from a bite. He gives a sharp order to a female soldier named Ammon. Take the supplies and the students and go back, he commands. She salutes him, her face filled with sorrow. Yes, he asks Su Mingyan if he was scratched. He was not. Su Mingyan hands him a vial. Is this the vaccine? He says, hard to say. Ammon demands a clear answer. Yu points her sword at her, ready to defend him. The soldier decides to drink the vial, gambling his life. He says if he mutates, Yu should kill him quickly. He coughs up black fluid. Everyone panics, but then he looks up, surprised. The signs of zombification are gone. The female soldier, Ammon, hugs him, sobbing with relief. He bows deeply to Su Mingyan, thanking him for his life. He confirms the purple liquid is the cure for zombie poison. Ammon begs him to give them the cure for their other comrade. The other soldier tells her not to pressure the students. She argues their comrade is a PhD who can develop a vaccine. She grabs Su Mingyan's jacket, desperately pleading. He looks at her and says one word firmly, no. She is furious. Why will not he help? Why are points so important? The other soldier sighs, understanding his difficult position. Ammon cries, saying everyone wants to live. They stand in the shop at a moral impasse. She yells at him for being selfish, for caring only about rewards. He stares at her intently because a perfect clear can redeem Earth. She cries, asking if his actions are all just for rewards. She is shocked by the way he is looking at her. You are selfish, you do not understand. She screams. She decides to take the antidote by force. She lunges at him with a knife, demanding the antidote. Yu intervenes, striking at her with a flash of light. If you speak again, Yu threatens, my next strike will kill you. Yang Changsu holds Ammon, who has lost her arm. The other soldier yells in frustration and charges at Su Mingyan. Yang Changsu punches him, stopping the attack. He apologizes, blaming their ungratefulness and pledging his life. He tells Su Mingyan how to find supplies to save Ammon. The livestream chat explodes with criticism of Su Mingyan. He tells Yu to turn off the livestream. The chat is chaos. He explains he livestreams to earn points and expand his influence. He wants to document his path and establish his background. He explains the spotlight effect to her. In a chaotic world, a leader needs to have the spotlight. Under the spotlight, people look in one direction. To lead a despairing group, the goal must be firm. Yu wonders who he is trying to confuse by acting this way. He hopes to become a lighthouse on the sea for others. Yu looks at him with complete faith and says, you will. Meanwhile, in another stream, a player unleashes a golden bird. He stands in the city and says, boring. It is the one player, Annie. The viewers are amazed by his strength. Annie has also deduced that the final clue is at the hospital. He wants to be the first to complete a perfect run. His teammate tells him someone else claims to be the first player. He learns it is Su Mingyan, the one who lost an arm. He calls him a cocky boy, hoping he dies to zombies. He denies being the first player when others ask. His teammate knows Annie is lying about not being the first player. Annie laughs, saying people will cry if he is not the one. His combat power is 270. He declares he will be the first. They arrive at the central hospital. We see Lu Shu, the insect user, fighting. A young man with a glowing object questions if Lu Shu is the one. Lu Shu hears people talking about the big shots arriving. He is warned that someone is approaching. He encounters another person in the dark. His mission updates, eliminate the target Su Mingyan. He wonders why Su Mingyan is his target. If he fails this mission, the consequences will be dire. He sends his praying mantis to attack. It strikes down a figure. The onlookers think it is Su Mingyan. Lu Shu is confused. His target did not react at all. The real Su Mingyan appears, telling him it was a clone. Outside the hospital, Yu asks, what is wrong? My clone was killed, he says. There are enemies inside. Yu is ready to fight, but he tells her to wait. He gives her the antidote for the fungal virus. He explains there are 2 different viruses and 2 vaccines. He tells her not to worry and to leave everything to him. They head to the 3rd floor intensive care unit. A sinister laugh echoes through the dark hallway. A message in red appears on the wall, "Is not she so pitiful?" The building begins to collapse around them. He makes a desperate leap across a huge gap. He misses the ledge and starts to fall. Damn, their hands clasp together in a desperate attempt to connect. Yu catches him, holding on as he dangles over the void. Her foot is slipping on the crumbling edge. She looks down at him and says, "Su Mingyan, stay alive." Her hand loses its grip on the edge. He watches in horror as she falls into the darkness, screaming her name. A giant glowing butterfly appears below her, catching her. "It was Lu Shu," he says. "She survived, my butterfly caught her." He asks Su Mingyan what he is carrying that is angering the hospital. "Could it be because of the purple liquid in my backpack?" Lu Shu apologizes for attacking his clone, a life for a life. Su Mingyan picks up the unconscious Yu carrying her. Lu Shu warns him the third floor is too dangerous. He asks if Su Mingyan does not want a perfect clearance. Lu Shu offers to escort him out safely after he is done. Su Mingyan just thinks, got it. He understands his motive. He cannot wake Yu up. He is worried about her. He continues up the stairs. Lu Shu yells, "You are throwing your life away." Lu Shu does not get it. He cannot even hold a weapon now. Su Mingyan carries her up the dark, narrow staircase. A voice echoes from the top of the stairs. "Big brother." It is the ghost of Duojuo. She's been waiting for him. He looks up with a determined gaze. "State your terms." She wants to see him play a game of chess with another player. He has entered the perfect clearance route. World chessboard. Duojuo smiles. "Even alone you can be really strong, right?" He is appointed as the Red Side King. The game is a PvP team battle against players from another instance. Humanity's fate now rests on the first player. In another instance, a group of players are on a rooftop. A man in a suit advises them to go to the hospital's third floor. The blonde leader, Annie, is bored. He thought it would be harder. A blonde woman, Julia, reminds him not everyone is as strong. Annie is surrounded by flames, impatient to get started. A teammate mocks the others for putting on airs. The bandaged Duojuo appears before them. Annie smirks, unimpressed by her appearance. She says they look powerful, which makes them more delicious. Suddenly, they are on a giant chessboard. Annie is confused. Duojuo explains her sad story about wanting to play chess. She smiles, a wide, chilling grin. "None of that matters anymore. Let us play a game of chess with your lives as the pieces." The match is made. Su Mingyan versus Annie's team. Annie is excited. He wants to teach this cocky player a lesson. The rules of the chess match are about to be explained. It is a turn-based game, one move per turn. The king is the core. If the king dies, the game is lost. The knight has attack bonuses but a short range. The guard has short attack and movement ranges. The tower has a long range but cannot attack the king directly. The bishop is the healer, able to heal any teammate. The queen has a powerful sacrifice skill to buff an ally. All pieces must follow the king's commands. Annie is confident he can lead his team to victory. There is also a hidden rule revealed during a stalemate. Annie assigns the roles to his team members. He tells Julia, "This will be an easy victory." Su Mingyan looks at him. "You seem very confident." Annie mocks him, not knowing who he is up against. Julia admires his courage, suggesting he surrender. Annie tells her to stop. She's getting on his nerves. She blows a kiss, wishing him luck for the viewers. The livestream chat is in an uproar. The matchmaking is broken. He remembers his speech. Many people are watching him now. He is on the world stage, facing the so-called first player. He looks forward with determination. "Then let us begin." The player count is down to 332 million. Annie commands his knight hands to move. The blonde knight stands ready, awaiting his command. Su Mingyan raises his sword, appointing his piece. He summons a clone to act as his guard. He knows his only chance is to force a stalemate. The knight scoffs, "A clone, it only means one more strike." "Guard, attack the enemy knight," he commands. The turn-based rules allow him to block the attack. The knight and the guard clone collide in an explosion of light. The knight is shocked by the damage he just took. Annie orders the knight to return, but it is too late. He will not abandon his teammate. A piece's death is real death. The chat discusses the high damage. Can he be defeated? Annie realizes he severely underestimated his opponent. His clone's combat power is linked to his high mental stat. The clone is stronger than him, but they cannot attack at once. The guard clone marches forward relentlessly. Annie plans to kill the king directly. The guard is too slow. "Tower, directly attack the enemy king," he commands. The tower seat unleashes a powerful magic attack. Su Mingyan takes 120 damage, reduced by his magic resistance. Annie calculates he can win in 5 turns. Su Mingyan commands his guard to advance again. The guard is his only chance to threaten the enemy king. He knows the opponent's pieces cannot leap over his guard. Using the clone to heal would waste turns. This is his only hope. He's trying to force the stalemate and its hidden rule. Annie commands the tower to attack again. Another 120 damage. His remaining HP is 260. "Guard, advance," Su Mingyan repeats. Annie gives the same order. "Tower, attack the enemy king." A critical hit. He is down to 130 HP. One more hit will kill him. The livestream audience thinks the match is already over. He knows some people fear stronger players and crack under stress. They treat this like a show, praising those they like. The organizers are causing humanity's internal collapse. Despite the odds, he commands, "Guard, advance." Annie's bishop, Hubert, is now in the guard's path. Hubert panics. He cannot block the attack. Su Mingyan is gambling on the next hit not being a crit. Hubert retreats, leaving Annie's formation in disarray. The guard continues its relentless advance. Aini orders his queen, Julia, to retreat. Su Mingyan prepares to give his next command. Advance, he says as his guard closes in. Aini thinks the win is guaranteed even without a crit. Tower, attack the enemy king, he commands confidently. Another critical strike. The chat goes wild. The system seems to be targeting him. Is this it? Number teammate Yoyu has joined the battle as his queen. Aini is shocked. The tower must attack the queen first. Yu takes the hit for him, losing 300 HP. She has low mental strength and is vulnerable to magic. He asks her, "You are awake?" She looks at him and smiles. "Both one-hit kills," she says calmly. Aini is furious. What are they laughing about? Guard, attack the enemy king directly. Su Mingyan roars. It is not Aini's turn. He has to take the hit. He blocks the attack, sparks flying. How did it come to this? The blow severs his arm. He is in excruciating pain. His teammates call out his name in panic. Aini is weak and in pain, unlike Su Mingyan before. Julia tells him to hang in there. He can recover later. Aini starts crying, a stark contrast to Su Mingyan's stoicism. He cries for the tower to end the battle quickly. Through his tears, he still manages to give the order. The tower must kill Yoyu before it can attack the king. He needs the tower to kill Yoyu so he can finish Aini. Aini realizes if he kills her, he will be killed right after. He screams at Su Mingyan. "Who are you?" The game makes everyone a weakling, craving titles. Aini orders his king to fall back. He's given up. Su Mingyan breathes a sigh of relief. Yoyu is safe. The game reaches a stalemate. Neither side will move. The audience watches, finding the scene heavy with meaning. Yoyu tells him to sacrifice the guard to win. "You are the first player," she says. "You cannot stop." The livestream chat is buzzing with activity. He knows Yoyu is qualified to clear the game on her own. Suddenly, a notification. Wait, hidden rule. Boss Bunny appears on the chessboard. It reminds them this is a life-or-death duel. Only one survivor will remain. The loser loses everything. It is disappointed by the stalemate. The hidden rule of the world chessboard is now revealed. Ding dong, revealing hidden rule. Surviving pieces may sacrifice themselves to attack or block. The audience is shocked by this brutal new rule. Aini's knight Hans looks toward his king. He stands ready, bathed in a cosmic glow. Aini's teammate tells him to sacrifice Hans. Hans is enveloped in blue flames, ready to act. His blue energy strike clashes against a wall of red flames. Su Mingyan sacrifices a clone to block the attack. A massive explosion rocks the chessboard. Aini now sacrifices his tower, Cert. He will not hesitate to sacrifice his teammates to survive. Su Mingyan calculates he has enough mana for 2 more clones. Sacrifice clone, block Cert, he commands. The pain from the clone's deaths feels like self-torture. Aini stares intently, calling for his bishop, Hubert. Hubert wishes him victory as he prepares for his turn. Aini orders the sacrifice. Attack the Red King. Hubert unleashes a sweeping wave of blue energy. Su Mingyan sacrifices his final clone to block the attack. The pain is overwhelming, burning through his entire body. An ethereal Aini appears, urging his real self to win. Aini sheds a tear, deciding to sacrifice his queen, Jolia. A powerful blue energy blade strikes down. Yoyu looks at him. "Mingyan, it is your turn to command." She asks to be sacrificed to become the most dazzling dawn. The pursuit of perfection can lead to hell. He points a blue light at his own head. Extinction level 1. Yoyu reacts in shock. He is using his death reboot. A swirling blue vortex appears. Death reboot. He is back just moments before the final attack. His save point is frozen at this moment of queenship. He is trapped. Stalling or attacking will lead to failure. The story has deliberately frozen time at this disadvantageous point. Jolia's blue light is coming. He has to act now. He tells Yoyu she will meet a brand new version of him. She reassures him death here is just part of a process. He knows upon death he becomes a viewer. He is rebooted so many times. Is this really the end? She reminds him of their past, playing games together. Pixel games with erratic monsters he could not beat. A 10-person game where he dominated while she hid. A flying game where he'd rescue her when she fell. She always lost, but she loved watching him win. "I want you to win," she says, holding his face. He knows this is a guaranteed death trap for her. Death reboot is not invincibility, it is a responsibility. She stands wreathed in flames, ready to make her move. She calls him my first player. She sacrifices herself in a massive explosion of light. He is pulled from corruption, becoming an eternal lighthouse. He gains temporary skills, his combat power soaring to 600. He fires a massive glowing blue energy beam. The attack reduces his own HP, but he stands strong. Aini has 95 HP left. Su Mingyan has 60. With only kings remaining, direct combat begins. Aini launches a spinning, drill-like magical attack. Su Mingyan raises his sword to block the powerful blast. Aini yells for him to come closer and fight. He challenges him to endure his flames. Su Mingyan stands his ground, bracing for the final clash. He charges forward, straight through the blue flames. Aini is shocked. He's using his own hand to shield the sword. He lands a strike on Aini. 1280 damage, lethal. Aini lost because he underestimated his opponent's madness. Su Mingyan stands alone, his eyes glowing red. World chessboard is cleared, his performance is evaluated, a reflection on humanity's defiant, enduring nature. SS rating, he has obtained the final clue. Duojuice file, he gets a new item, the Aurora Ring. He levels up to stage 1, level 5, his body is repaired, a golden light surrounds him, repair complete. He inspects his restored hand, a look of satisfaction on his face. He stands in a library holding the final clue. He observes Yoyu's sword, Snow of Shanette. He prepares to equip the powerful blue-tier weapon. He wraps the hilt in fabric to carry it. He sheathes the sword on his back, ready to move. He retrieves a folded paper from a shelf. He links the clue 90% completion of the perfect route. He must go to the underground archives to finish the deduction. He encounters Lu Shu on the stairs. Lu Shu is surprised his arm is back and Yu Yu is gone. He offers to escort him back, warning of zombies. Su Mingyan declines, not trusting him after the ambush. A system message praises Yu Yu, the uncrowned king. He must provide the crowd with a resolute objective. He will act as a lighthouse for the lost and desperate. Lu Shu asks if he is truly capable of being that lighthouse. He stands outside the hospital, coughing. He has invested all his new points into spirit. He summons his clone. Its combat power is a massive 380. The clone swings its axe, clearing a path through the monsters. It moves from the 5th floor down to the 1st, unstoppable. He levels up to stage 1, level 6 after clearing the hospital. Someone calls out his name. It is the soldier, Yang Changsu. He calls him Lord Su. The soldier finds his gaze as intimidating as an officer's. He asks about the purple antidote they found. Su Mingyan tosses it to him without a second thought. The soldier is surprised by how easily he gave it away. Does he no longer need it, or is there no one left to save? Su Mingyan walks toward the lab, zombie roars echoing. He stands before the roller door where he first died. He knows the corpses of the director and his wife are inside. A woman's voice calls out from behind the door. She asks if he has killed the zombies and to open the door. He realizes she must have survived by not triggering Duoduo. A message appears, pondering malice and the nature of truth. A woman reaches out to open the door, greeting him. She says she has been trapped for days and there is nothing inside. Dark, shadowy hands begin to manifest around her. Duoduo appears, remarking that he looks different. She begins to tell him her story once again. She asks him to solve the mystery of the mushroom picker. He has entered the perfect clearance route and has the true file. The other woman is shocked. A ghost just appeared. He explains his first theory. Duoduo was a mutated monster. But the two different bottles prove there are two different viruses. His reasoning progress begins, reaching 10%. Duoduo asks why there would be more than one vaccine. He explains the hidden fungal virus in the corpse-cultivated vaccine. She asks why Yu Yu did not mutate during the apocalypse. He infers the fungal virus is inhibited by sunlight. The purple bottle is a perfect vaccine for both viruses. His reasoning progress jumps to 50%. Duoduo says the rare purple antidote must be his own blood. Her eyes glow. How could my blood possibly be purple? He holds up her file. Because of this, the file shows her before and after her death. The perfect antidote was collected from her resistant body. A flashback shows her father operating on her. He concludes her father is the real little girl picking mushrooms. The other woman is horrified. The girl was the true victim. Su Mingyan stands behind the woman holding the file. Duoduo clarifies she was killed by her father on the operating table. The woman calls her a victim, but he calls her the perfect perpetrator. The director tried to make a vaccine from her blood, but it failed. His deduction is now 90% complete. Duoduo grins. Since they killed me, it is fair I killed them back. Su Mingyan agrees with her. It was the boss's fault. The woman is shocked by her parents' cruelty. He says the director was forced by expectations to sacrifice her. One person's sacrifice is seen as a necessary means of progress. They are witnessing a scene where both sides ultimately failed. He wonders what would have happened if the director had succeeded. Would anyone still feel sympathy for the sacrificed girl? Another top player, Mizushima Kawasora, is heading to the hospital. Viewers urge her to hurry. Another player is almost done. She is frustrated, missing key information for her own deduction. She realizes the first player is at 90%. It may be too late. She is not interested in fame, only in winning. She feels a plausible hypothesis is finally forming. A global announcement. Su Mingyan has achieved 100% perfect clearance. Mizushima stomps her foot in frustration. She was so close. The other woman says arguing about it is meaningless now. He explains the director gave Duoduo the only antidote. He wonders who would care about one girl sacrificed for many. His deduction is 100% correct. He has solved it. Duoduo is disappointed he did not sympathize with her. He bluntly states that sympathy is useless. She congratulates him for clearing the peace route. He has achieved a perfect clearance of the world instance. He obtains Duoduo's doll, a powerful one-time use item. He also gets Duoduo's DNA potion to create a vaccine. He is offered the option to broadcast his achievement. He chooses to broadcast it to all players. A global announcement cheers for Su Mingyan's victory. Lu Shu stands in the city, realizing this is the lighthouse. He is inspired by Su Mingyan's commitment to justice. He wonders if Su Mingyan is the person he has been seeking. He stands before the other woman and Duoduo. Duoduo asks him to wait for a moment. She offers him the glowing purple perfect antidote. He holds the vial. The past is already in the past. He says there is no one left to save with it. He prepares to leave the two women behind. Duoduo tells the woman she has no chance. The woman smiles faintly. "Ah, I know, thank you," she calls out to him. "Su Mingyan, wait for me." She looks to the side, a fiery glow in the background. She stands before a massive, raging wall of fire. A bright white flash engulfs the scene. Duoduo stands calmly in the center of the fiery vortex. Her expression is serious amidst the intense flames. The bodies of her parents lie on the ground. Dad. She looks down at them. Mom, she reaches out, having finally found peace. The apocalypse chapter ends. A save was unsuccessful. The little girl became evil. His final points are calculated. He plans to use the DNA potions to create a vaccine. The other ending routes are now revealed to him. The intelligence route is called Good Night, My Girl. The combat route is Daddy, Am I Your Pride? He plans to focus on multi-ending quests in the future. He yells at the other woman, getting her attention. She thanks him for saving her life. He points at her and says, "Here." She is confused. She waves her hands frantically, thinking he is propositioning her. He looks annoyed. Is carrying a gun related to age? Oh, he wanted her handgun. She's so embarrassed, she hands it over immediately. It is yours now. He's acquired a Remington but lacks the skill to use it. She offers to let him try it. It only requires level 1. The tension between them is incredibly awkward. She decides to seize the chance to teach him. How can he be so powerful but not know how to shoot? She asks if he wants her to teach him. She demonstrates the proper shooting stance for him. She explains the basics of pistol scanning. She says it requires consistent practice to hit targets. He fires the handgun with a loud bang. He scores a perfect headshot on a distant zombie. He has mastered basic firearms pistol LV1 instantly. The woman wonders if geniuses really exist in this world. The livestream chat praises his incredible strength. He says it was mostly luck and prepares to leave. She calls out for him to wait. She cannot survive alone. He looks back and tells her, "Come with me." They go to a nearby park to wait out the remaining time. He sends his clone out to clear the area of zombies. They sit on a park bench, the sword on his back. The woman looks down, trying to find the right words. He tells her she can stay but to keep others away. The park is now completely safe thanks to his clone. At the kindergarten shelter, the situation is dire. An elderly woman despairs and a man cries out. Someone shouts that old Yang has returned with supplies. The people in the shelter are excited to see food. He tells them to distribute the supplies evenly. A mother begs for more food for her crying child. He explains they cannot find more food and cannot show favoritism. A woman sobs that she wants to stop playing the game. A little girl asks when her mother will be let out of quarantine. The soldier Yang Changsu looks incredibly distressed. The player count is now just under 320 million. The players just want to survive long enough to become spectators. He holds up the purple vial, claiming it is a perfect antidote. He's trying to stabilize morale and give them hope, but he sees their expressions change from hope to greed. They plead with him to give the single antidote to a friend. He knows their friend already turned into a zombie days ago. Others plead for him to save their brother, their mom. He stands alone, the weight of their desperation on him. He wants to give it to a PhD who can research a cure. A woman argues, not believing in the concept of spectators. She insists they need to find food, not wait for a cure. He is stunned. "You, all of you." A group of men walk away, taking a sack of supplies. He feels powerless. He cannot save everyone. Someone swings a baseball bat at his head from behind. His eyes widen in shock as his own people turn on him. He pleads for them to stop, but they have descended into chaos. A man holds the glowing purple vial, declaring it is now his. A black shoe flies through the air, knocking the vial loose. A hand catches the glowing purple vial in midair. It is Su Mingyan's clone. "Are these people worth saving?" he asks. The soldier says yes, he has a duty to protect them. The clone hands him the vial. "That is your answer, very well. I will guard this place for you. Go," the soldier says. He thanks Su Mingyan and goes to save his friend Old Chin. The shelter is now the safest place thanks to him. The survivors beg him to be their protector. He tells them to be courageous and fight for themselves. An old woman pleads that they have no strength left. They argue it is his duty as a citizen to help them. They demand more of his purple antidote for their families. A knife clangs to the floor as they continue to beg. He proposes a condition. He will give it to whoever stabs their own palm. The woman shouts, "Are you insane?" He says it is a small bargain to save someone they love. This exam will prove who deserves to live. The woman is terrified. He is completely insane. The sharp, glowing blade waits on the ground for a decision. The player count drops again, leaving the outcome uncertain.